here. OG, Team Falcons. Let's get things going, Lucy.
Decoy thrown in towards mid. Hi, Python. That's going to keep OG guessing. They're going to fall for that one. Hook, line, and sinker. We know the decoy. Most valuable grenade in the arsenal. In fact, that's not the case. No one falling for it. No one even in mid for OG. 2 players towards B. 1 floating an elevator to keep an eye on mid, but 2 towards the A side. 1 in ramp, and it's Neofrag on ramp that's going to open up the account, finds the first. He is traded out immediately by Python, so keeping it into this 4 versus 4. Falcons taking it slow, but now they've found this opener towards A. They're continuing to take ground up ramp.
There is only 1 defender currently here, though. So Falcons begin to try and make their move. Fiku hasn't thought about rotating yet, but Flames will start to make his way over. Dexter just tucked up on headshot. Trying to be supported by Nexa. There's a couple of flashes that could rain on over if Dexter feels any kind of pressure. But look at this. It's just pure contact all the way onto the bomb site. But then Dexter removes Mastuta's life. Immediate trade out. Bomb can now be planted. 3 versus 3.
Python doing so much already, gotten both the kills in this round. MBK also has a flash that can be set up, but Nexa has one of his own and a kit. So they have the tools for this. Python's still sitting on the site, still playing close. That flash comes through, he's looking for the fight, and it's coming to him, but Fiku is coming out ahead. 2 kills for him, make it a 3rd. Fiku with the triple gets OG the pistol round. That defuse can come through. PT50s can be collected. OG get it on the board.
Yeah, nicely done. Straightforward retake from OG as well. It was just a couple of flashbangs that we kind of pointed out could be a key factor. Nexa just banging them over. And Fiku does the rest. Simple stuff. Falcons got good headway on ramp. Maybe we'll see that as a feature, because this battle for the A ramp control will be prominent throughout this entire game on this server. Forced by for both of these sides. Falcons looking to bounce back after dropping the ball on the pistol.
Not unusual to see the Tears fully invest off planting the bomb. They still come out with decent weaponry. The Glill's aka Scout Eagle. OG slightly ahead on the rifle front. The utility a little light. Only 1 smoke left. A few flashbangs. Falcons are happy to let OG use this utility. Next going for a bit of info play in towards mid, but isn't going to spot anything there. Masuita's let can activate towards B. Has a teammate to support as well. Next is hearing this info in towards ramp. That's going to keep him interested. Over here, Masuita, he's looking for this opener onto Fiku, but he's not giving it. Falling back towards site. Teammate to support as well, but the opening, it comes over towards A, where Haji's able to double up onto 2. Now he can make his way on towards the site. The rotations can come through. The CTs, they're making their way over as well.
Here comes the pressure. Nexa trying to hold the line. Try and wait for his teammates in some sort of support with the bomb. It's on Masuta's back, and well, delivers a quick and easy kill. MP9 was good for the spray for 1, but the trades are back and forth in this T-side favour. 1 versus 3. Fiku to do it all already. Has tripled up on this bomb site before, and wow, that's a great way to start things off. Haji brought down low as well. Fiku does not even need to see his opponents. 1 versus 1. Python just tucked in behind the sandbags. Can just play with the time, but his position, it's now been given up. Fiku trying to find him. Surely not. Creeping his way, dancing round the box, playing with him, and Fiku will secure it. It's back-to-back hat tricks on the A bomb site for this man, and it's back-to-back retakes and rounds for OG.
Unbelievable from Fiku. 3 incredible kills. Those first 2, though, were insane. What a 1 versus 3. Here's the player leaving from sight and just gets that perfect angle through the smoke to remove the head. And then that second kill, the pre-fire, does the damage. I think he hears the bullets connecting with the player, and he's ready for him to cross back over towards side to finish him off. Fantastic stuff from Fiku. See why they brought him into this squad. A relatively recent addition alongside Neofrag. This OG roster gone through a few changes in the last year. Now aggression of the game. Flames has taken a bit of control in towards B, and they've dropped that smoke, dropped the utility. Now they can leave Fuku here to hold.
What was that? That was unbelievable. Alright. Game started off really well. Best of 3. Has kicked off so explosive. B control gathered. Now mid is the next point on the agenda for OG. Flame's been tasked with holding this off angle. And for Falcons, they've been managing to get these entries over towards A ramp. Looking to do the same again. Masuta. Is this B lurk player just dropping all the utility over? Trying to keep a player interested. But here we go. It's just this crew all the way up short again. Defenders to be tested, but the boost is absolutely perfect. Neofrag gets one, and more importantly, gets out alive. As soon as I say that, though, MBK has done the damage on short as well. This game is so back and forth, and MBK is doing it all for the Falcons. Not quite 4.
Yeah, Flames takes a dink in his process, and Fiku is so far away. This rotation, they have to wait for him to come on through. He's clutched out a 1v3, so surely he can pull off the 2 versus 2. Has to take his time, though. They don't know the ground that the Falcons have taken because Flames had to fall back. They have no utility to do this with Flames. He has to bait through. They're going to find the trade, but can't quite find Python on site. Falcons, they bite back immediately with Venom. Look at OG's economy.
Yeah, because of the back-to-back clutches. Bank balances are wearing quite thin. OG have empty pockets, especially after investing into round number 4. FAMAS, best piece of weaponry that's been brought to the table. Dexter slaps it on the ground. Tries to make this one work. Despite the scoreline being in OG's favour right now, the momentum is currently with the Falcons.
Force pipe from OG means if they do concede this one, they're going to have to be saving into the follow-up. And Deagle certainly alerting the presence of Neofrag. There's a 4-player lean here towards A, which has been where Falcons have favoured. I mean, that tends to be Vertigo, right? It's a very A-centric map. So OG going with a bit of a gamble over here, leaving Fiku on the solo B duties with this Desert Eagle. Well, he's going to have to come up big. There are 3 players coming in, and that's the first. Great shot onto MBK, even doing damage onto Masuta, but the trades come through. He goes down. More rotations to come through, though. Nexer is still here, but he goes down as well. Masuta finding another, and even another onto Dexter. They're all crumbling here. It's just Neofrag and Flames coming in from CT. Giving this one a look in, but losing their lives here gets expensive. At least if they can hold on to this FAMAS, these Deagles, they have something into the follow-up.
Although it's only against pistols, Misuta's aim there is absolutely unbelievable. And it's so exciting. I've got a smile just across my entire face right now because every individual is currently stepping up. Firepower upgrades of Masuta, tenured experience, and also a Mr. Consistent MBK coming into this Falcons lineup to replace an injured Kyojin, and also the Belgian Kios. This Falcons team is dangerous, and they're showing us why exactly that they've had the, well, capacity to be able to take down Fnatic in this qualifier already, and also Copenhagen Flames. What a performance. And what a way to bounce back in. They keep so many players alive after that bomb explodes too. And OG, you're right, they can only just keep this FAMAS in play. That has to be the weapon to do the damage. A hero FAMAS, Lucy. It's your favourite.
Yeah, best rifle in the game. Definitely going to net Neofrag a multi-kill here. He would much rather his hands on that bad boy than anything else. Nice flashes being set up on Python here to support his teammates coming up from ramp. A little boost coming into play as well. Oh, it's gonna get spotted. Maka gets the info, sees his head peering above as he's throwing his utility. That is unfortunate timing from OG. At least Neofrag does get away, even with the damage done. Now they're looking for more. Pushing forward onto the site now. Python throwing a bit more utility. Maka's aggressive forward, and well, it's going to be the Molotov that gets the kill. VQ now with his hands on that FAMAS. Neofrag not able to get anything done. Bam through. It's a little bit of damage, but Maka is looking for more. Knows that he's up against very lightly armed weapons. I don't want to allow them to get away with anything here. Just going to hound them down into CT spawn. No respect. It's a clean round from Falcons.
Yeah, nicely done. There's a bit of past the FAMAS over towards heaven. But not to be. I'm just enjoying as well, just seeing like all of the util lineups from this T side as well. That's a really deep Molotov that Python deployed at the back of A ramp that got the kill. Prevented the boost coming on over for OG to see up over the smokes that were put down. Very micro details, but they can go a long way in just preventing these rounds becoming a little bit too chaotic. Looks like we have got a player that has just dropped out from the server for now, so hopefully we can get him back in really quickly. That one's MBK.
I think the Masuta edition is interesting, right? Because I feel like there was that period where Kyojin was brought in Fatality, and I felt like maybe that could set up Masuta to really kind of step up into a more impactful fragging role, and kind of felt like maybe he didn't, you know, eventuate to that, unfortunately, under that squad. But maybe here he could be given a bit more freedom. You know, it's a bit more of a loose style of play that he can maybe have more impact that we didn't quite get to see out of him on Vitality, because he is a very mechanical player, right? You kind of highlighted some of those precision headshots. He is very skilled. So maybe this change up, this moving into a completely new team, that could be the secret to unlocking his potential as a player.
Yeah, I think what's also something to consider from that is the amount of transition that Vitality roster went through when they became international as well, because they had immediately they had the French core doing the IGL in, but it was really like Magix and Dupree just couldn't really adapt to that, and Zonic was having a little bit of difficulty with it, so then they swapped to the Astralis style of play, and Zonic was mostly calling from that, so Masuta has to adapt to that culture as well as the entire DNA of Vitality like slightly changing from what they've been building up over the last 18 months. And then when that doesn't work, they then swap back again, and it just feels really inconsistent, and it feels like this environment that you have been brought in to try and nurture up through is really unstable over a very short period of time. And I think that really stunted the progress of Masuta, and it's unfortunate because he was looking to be like a really solid player, and he still is. And I think maybe with this newfound freedom that he would get on this team, especially with, I think the way that Falcons play, they don't orchestrate every single pick around their AWP. It should give them a lot more. It should give him a lot more room, especially on these T sides.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if that comes into play. Qualifying here for the RMRs would be a good step for this team on their way to the top. OG, a very formidable opponent in the way. Probably the tightest matchup we have here in the quarters between these two teams. Hopefully get MBK back in the server shortly.
There he is.
There he is. There we go.
There you go.
Speak it and it happens. It's the opposite of the caster curse. It's the... No,
Cast a blessing.
Wish. No.
Oh.
But I cursed it because I said
you said cast a curse, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that one's on me, guys. Sorry. My bad.
That's alright. It's fine. Like, it means we can... We've spoken about the Falcons a little bit. We've spoken about their roster changes. We can also just speak about OG. We can talk about the fact that... I think we kind of touched on it before we actually got into this series, but OG have always been one of these teams that they were looking to compete at the very top without investing too much. They had Valde in for the longest time. They had Mantu in, who was doing quite... I'd say against the top teams, he wasn't doing amazingly. But he then went through a purple patch of form, and it looked really good. And that core with Alexi B, it looked like they were gelling, but it felt like there were some missing pieces there. Obviously, you had the G2 roster shuffle with OG, with Nexa coming on over. And now, suddenly, this entire roster has been rebuilt. And it's a statement. OG purchasing Dexter, taking him out of that contract at Spirit, who, by the way, the semi-finals in the most recent major. So they have upgraded their AWP tenfold, placed him in to be one of the X factors for this lineup, and they've placed exciting young talent around this IGL of Nexa, and it's really exciting time for OG. You have to give them a little bit of time. However, I reckon they've got the potential to be an incredibly competitive team a few months down the line.
Yeah, absolutely. It all starts here as well. The RMRs match round going to be restarting here. Matchmatic sorting that one out. Now MBK is back in the server. No, you're right. I mean, Dexter obviously a huge addition. Neofrag, very solid rifler, but also Flames, right? He has been a bit of a star for them at different times. He can have some incredibly impactful games. Again, another very precise aim arrays. Very, very talented. So there's a lot of pieces here for Nexa to work with. And he's the exact sort of IGL you want to be working with these sort of players.
Well, we're going to see if some of these pieces can be put in the correct places, because that timer, it has ticked on down. Investments are plenty for both sides of the server now. OG still operating with that FAMAS, but the rest are reinforced with the silenced M4s. Flames aggressive in middle, and early utility damage is littering the Falcons' feet.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of damage done. A little interesting here. Flames with that FAMAS is able to find the kill, but Python doubles up. On the other side, Mac has also taken down Dexter. So despite all that early utility damage, OG, they're the ones that are limping. Just 2 players remaining. Well, that's a freebie for Nexa. Macca's bum sticking out of the smoke. Off the back of losing that player, they're going to be accelerating towards the B side here. This becomes a lot more doable now. It's a 2 versus 3. 2 players are a little bit low. But the utility is good for Falcons. They've got the Molotovs still, 2 of those. Smoke has been deployed as well. A couple of flashbangs. Feels like OG, their only chance here is if they're given something.
Currently doesn't look like they're being allowed anything. You can already see the decision. Try and just stretch out the economy, play the longevity of this half. Allow the Falcons to go up 4 rounds to 2. Just try and mentally reset a little bit. It's that A ramp. That's the sticking point right now for OG, because Falcons, I feel like nearly every single round they've been able to find an opening. And really just try and unlock this area of the map, which is so important in dictating the rotations. This round it was a little bit different. 2 players stacked in towards mid for OG, especially on elevated angles, but it matters not. Python's AK with the clinical removal of those players, and it allows Falcons the opportunity to get to B.
You don't often see the brawls coming in towards mid, but that's what opens up this round. It means for OG that it's going to work on these save rifles, and a little bit that could be spared to keep the economy even. I'm looking at Dexter to get his hands on an AWP as well. That's where ramp maybe gets a little bit more manageable for OG. So just spotted a player here. Oh, even catches off Niku. Must have heard him cross into there. Now he's looking for more spam coming through, and eventually closes it out with the final bullets in the chamber. That's now the B site open for business as everyone else is over towards A. 2 smokes being deployed, alerting them to presence over here. Spam damage. No kills coming through. Falcons. Oh, okay. Neofrag gets a freebie. Falcons need to be careful here. They have a huge advantage and they don't want to give this up.
No, they don't. So, instead, they're going to set their sights on B. And guess what? There's absolutely nobody here for OG. Scared off by the A control. Neofrag at least will retrieve an AK. Python is considering this flank to be a possibility, but I wonder how many players he truly is expecting. Bomb gets planted. 4 versus 3. And Nexa first to test Python. Oh, and he wins out the gunfight as well.
Good kill. They can just sit back now. Taking 3 rifles over onto a round that you brought 2 into. You've recovered an extra rifle. You got armor on these 3 players. gives them a great economical point for the next round and sets them up going further into this half where the CT economy can become quite tricky, particularly after the Ts do get off to such a flying start like Falcons do here. Soaring through the high rises. That's what birds do. And a falcon is a bird. And they do like to nest in high rises. Really went a bit too all in on that metaphor. Explained it a little bit too much. Got painful.
Let it sit. Just a couple more seconds,
really,
okay?
Yeah, you really let me stew on that one.
Yeah, a little bit. That's fine. What I was actually thinking about was that Falcons look a lot better on Vertigo than when I think we last saw them. Although out of conference it's a completely different roster, they got absolutely decimated by outsiders on this map. And speaking of getting decimated, Fiku will eliminate the Suitor. But Python's still here, but so is Fiku. And they've got no idea where he's residing, just under the stairs. Finally gets traded out, but suddenly it's a 2 versus 2.
Start to this round. Fiku gets away with murder, quite literally, doubles up. I mean, that kill from Python was ridiculous. The fact that he was able to find 2 players there, while Fiku was still hiding about. But next up, he's found MBK. So now it's the 1 versus 2, and now it is a 2 versus 0. Is Nexa. He chimes in for a double. OG get around. It's been a few since they put one on the board, and now their economy is looking pretty healthy, keeping players alive. All those rifles saved across them earlier starting to pay off, but Falcons, courtesy of winning so many consecutive, they are loaded. Maka's got 10k, although that's about to be reduced to 6k. So for OG, it's still a bit of an uphill battle.
Oh my goodness me. It's not an uphill battle. In fact, it's all taken under the sense of ramp. Fiku doubling up, throwing his body at all of these Falcons players, taking the fight straight to them. And he's coming out on top. It's still the man advantage for this T side, though. Looking to reset back towards B. Nex is here. Ready and waiting. Try not to get spammed through the smoke. And we'll take MBK away. Not even change his angle. Will be rewarded with the kill. 1 versus 1. Left it all onto Dexter. Maka trying to find a safe passage to plant, but the smoke is not good enough. OG with the M4s and with Fiku absolutely pouncing upon the Falcons. Claim another round.
2 in a row where Fiku has just taken the fight to Falcons there. Really sharp aim from him there, and it's critically finds that second as well. But really, it's Nexa that saves the day there in the 2 versus 3. The fact that he's able to get 2 there on the B bomb side, that allows Dexter to pull off that 1v1. Close it out for OG. The IGL stepping up when he's needed. They are laboured rounds. Comes down to the 1 versus 1. OG not allowed to feel comfortable into this matchup. Falcons still with plenty to work with, although they are getting closer to the bread line. Actually, he's brought low. Down coming through, looking like it's going to do damage, but the nade is what actually does it. Question in towards ramp. All 5 Ts here walking up. MBK, he opens up with Dexter. Even gets a second on an extra as he swings out for the trade, but Neofrag has arrived. And he's found one as well, but MBK is finding everybody. The trades are so fast though. Flames has arrived, needs to remove Maka, and he's even taken down Haji, so it has to be MBK now. It would be the ace to pull it off, already 3 in the round. Now has to find these last 2 players. Knows where one is, but is wary of a flank that isn't coming. Both these CTs are doubled up, and they have the bomb in their sights. Spotted that smoke being deployed, that's the one way. Managed to get past it, which there might be some false info here for OG, and MBK could look to exploit this.
Here he goes then, creeping on up, but his position is being held for... So scary, but he does without the gunfight and the second as well. MBK 1 versus 2. It's the ace for him. And what a round for Falcons to steal away, and it's all off the back of that man.
Unbelievable. He should have no rights winning that 1 versus 2, but he does it. Plays it to perfection. Tries to wait it out. Plays around the one-way. Even walks up onto the site. Fantastic stuff from MBK to close it out. Clutching it. Keeping Falcons in this. That would have reset the economy. But now look, it's done the same to OG. They have to pull out the Deagles. An MP9 for Dexter. What was looking like an OG run on this CT side is turned on its head, and it's off the back of MBK.
God, Mr. Consistent. That's why you place him on rosters. What a performance from that man. Comes away from Counter-Strike, then comes back in. Still can continue to deliver moments of brilliance like this. And look what that's done to the economy of OG. It's absolutely ruptured it. Dexter seems to always have the best weapon in this side. This time, though, it's an MP9 as the defense try and run. Take advantage of middle. Python takes a lick of damage. Instead, it might be Flames first to fall.
Yeah, aggressive push here from OG. They've made their way in towards mid. Taking a bit of ground. They fall back once they get that information that no one is home. Vicky's also playing this safer angle where he can try and spot a player sticking out from the side, go for a peek. Now they got all the info into mid, now they've rotated. So they've got 4 players on the A-bomb site. Where the stuff is coming through, great spam from Neofrag. Takes it a little bit back in response, but MBK is brought down to half. Looking for more as well. Oh, more damage done. The kills are coming through for Falcons. They find 3. Flames is only good for the 1. Maka was brought low. With 3 teammates on fairly healthy HP, they should be able to walk this one in. Neofrag the only one on the site. VQ is still over towards B. It's all on Neofrag. Peek his way up here, that bomb being capped, and he goes down to the Suitor. Now for VQ, well, he's going to have to look to hold onto this armor, cover himself a rifle if he can. Although even that might be a little bit difficult, given where all these players died.
And that's going to be 7. 70 rounds for the Falcons against OG Esports. What a performance from them. The biggest question for me is whether they'd hit the ground running. And well, I've certainly got my answer, Lucy. They're playing incredibly well.
Hit the ground flying. You don't want to hit the ground if you're a Falcon.
Yeah, I guess they haven't nosedived.
They're like fledglings out of the nest. And they've caught flight, not plummeting to their death from this high rise. They're swooping down and eating OG up for breakfast, clutching them in their talons, ripping them to shreds. Visceral.
Breaking the windows. Being a bit chaotic. Now flashing out B. In the meantime, MBK, well, he's all the way out mid. Bye, Nexa. See you later. Molotov's now raining over. Just kidding, it missed. And he threw the nade from the same lineup, so I think that also had a mislaid trajectory. The Falcons are going to reset. Man advantage.
MBK doing that in towards mid. Look what it's done. It's caused VQ to have to sit back towards CT. It's caused Dexter to rotate back as well towards CT. And MBK's disappeared. But the fact that he was there, had that presence, got that opening kill, it's kept them so engaged over that side of the map. And that could actually determine the outcome of this round. There's going to be A that they're making their way towards here. There is one player here in Neofrag. He's going to fall back here in this utility. Even a smoke deployed by Dexter as well. It does slow things down a little bit. And they're going to respect it. Actually going to be making their way back towards B.
30 seconds. Needs to get a move on here. Flames have the first contact. Masuta's even holding for him. Needs to try and relocate, or he'll just stand his ground. 2 kills immediately. The Falcons, well, they're just running straight into the firing line. Bait and switch with Flames and Fiku. And now MBK is all that remains. Started the round off with the damage. And it's now the one to finish it. OG will claim 5 as they look to bounce back on the CT side.
It's more like it from OG. It's like Falcons finding that opener from MBK in towards mid. They're not quite able to make anything work off it. They slow down. Try and throw some utility to fake out B. And it does keep OG interested there. And as they rotate over towards A, a single smoke is their downfall. They're afraid of it. They respect it too much. They make their way back towards B and straight into the firing line. B side. A little bit more tricky to take, and it is such a choke point in towards those stairs, and that's why you see A so consistently hit by T-side teams, but they do look interested in B this time. DQ is here, gonna drop an incendiary, and even get flashed through. Spam is good, finds MBK. Drops a smoke as well to even support his retreat. Flames is here as well. Falcons, they bail and look at the smokes. Utility is being deployed here though, so Hadji can push through. So, okay, yes, push through. So this smoke, despite being deployed so deep, they don't respect it this time, and there is no one on the other side.
Look at these rotations though. Off the back of the deep smoke, OG had 4 players on B, and now they can just completely shuffle the defense and have everyone ready and waiting on A. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath here on ramp, and it all begins immediately. Kills flying back and forth temporarily, but suddenly it's all blue and orange in the feed. OG mop up due to the sheer number advantage they had on the bomb site.
This is more of what we expect from OG. Now looking like in a great position to even this up. Falcons, they have to save for that final round, and even the money going into that would be the best, although they will have a little bit of loss bonus now, so yeah, they should be able to blow out the AKs. OG in a great position now, going to be even this one up unless some crazy things go on with that MBK Deagle. Suter considering an alternative way to play out this round, but thinks better of it. Trying to use up as much utility as possible, and Dex so well, he's having none of it. He's looking for kills, and well, Masuda's body goes flying. Maybe jumping down the shaft would have been a better end. Nexa removes the Deagle. Oh. Picked up, oh, Python, wow! What a shot. Did it with style as well, the quick switch afterwards. Probably not going to amount to too much, given all his teammates except Maka have fallen, but hey, it's a nice shot. Nice highlight for him. Looking like a nice round for OG.
Yeah, feels like a matter of time, especially with that grenade as well, softening things up. And they walk straight into the firing line. Fiku seemingly is always good for a multi-kill on OG. Will always find one whatever round he's on and whatever position he's in. That's another 2 kills for the tally. 16-8, leading the charge. And it's nice that he's really just showing off what he can bring to this roster as well. Finally, we see an AWP. Maka will bring one out. Feels like it's been a while. Or have we even seen one at all?
Dexter hasn't brought one out at all because OG weren't able to get early economy. So Maka, this is the first one we get to see. Let's see if it makes a difference. As you expect, he's in down towards the bottom of ramp with that one. Inside Hadji. Dexter. Just an AK for him. Gonna flash his way through. Might not actually be ready for an AWP here just because there hasn't been one in play yet. And no signs of this one from Maki yet. Oh! Neo frag. That's not ideal. Needs his teammate. Very passive setup from Falcons here. They're not contesting ramp at all with this AWP, just sitting back. Almost waiting for the aggression to come through to them.
Might be rewarded though, just because of Dexter's advanced positioning. And there it is. Maka with the kill. MBK walks straight into the crosshair, but there's trades. Man advantage for the Falcons, working their way back up. M249 on the floor. Don't think Viku will go for that. But whilst this is going on, look at Masuta. He's made his way all the way up the stairs onto an empty B bomb site again. So the Falcons, they played with the rotations. They've got the kills opening towards A, but in reality, they're on B.
Well, now puts us into the retake. Look at the smokes, 2 still to work with. They didn't have to use any to take a site. Want to be deployed early. Hadji can even regress a bit further forward. Python doesn't have armor. I'm not sure how that one happened, but if that ends up being to his detriment, as Big Kid's going to find the opener. Flames able to find the shooter as well. This now puts it into this 2 versus 3. But Maka sitting back with the AWP. He can just hold the line here. Nexa is on a slow flank, but that clock is ticking. It's running out of time. He has to find the kills, and there it is. Ava gets to spam through the plywood onto Python. That lack of armor actually making him a little bit more susceptible to that, and Flames gets it over the line in the last seconds. OG, they win out the half barely.
And that was off the back of Falcons looking so strong as well, right? They had such an advantage on that T side, but OG just dug in. And those rounds were just completely well played. Everything just fell into place. Making sure middle was on lock. Even Nexa with a flank. The IGL leading by example in that one, taking it over the line. And it's as close as you can be in the first half. 8-7, slightly favouring OG.
Definitely felt like OG got into the swing of things as we progressed through that half, as you mentioned. Felt like they started to work out the counters. I mean, Fikiri, he's sort of the man to be talking about. You mentioned his multi-kill potential. Felt like he was always able to find it. Whether he can continue that prowess onto this T side, that aggression he was showing towards me was fantastic. Vexer been a little bit quiet. He had a fantastic game earlier on Ancient. New Frag trying to show us his no-scope skills, and well, the Super a knife him from the sky. Hopefully a sign of things to come.
Yeah, I think the thing with Dexter as well is, like, I don't think he had an AWP the entirety of CT side because of how close those rounds were. There were a lot of 1 versus or 1vx clutches that fell favour to both teams in this entire half. VQ clutched up twice early. MBK had an ace clutch in there as well. So much has happened, and the economy is just not favouring an AWP.
We're going to talk about the MBK ace. That was something special. Gets those 3 perfect kills, the entry onto the A site, and then those 2 trades as his teammates went down. And pulls off the 1 versus 2. Still got it. See why they brought him into this squad. All that experience on display. Now the round resets. We can get into the second half here. OG leading by 1 round as they go into their T side on Vertigo. Was the map pick of Falcons. Now they go into the CT side. We can see a little bit of why they picked this one. Some interesting utility purchase early on here from Falcons, and then Sentry for Maka with the flash.
Yeah, I don't see that one every day, do we? Incendiary. Okay. I
guess it can counter the early bomb plant.
Yeah.
If it comes through. And he is on the A side here, so they're going to be making their way up here. The MBK, he might stop it all in his tracks, but Nexa is good for that trade. Continue to progress up here, and Nexa's found another. He's doubled up. Throws out his Molotov. She has found a kill in response, and Flames finds another. This is over towards B, and now it's going to be a rotation there. The opening, it comes through. Masuta is making his way there, but he's going to arrive just as OG to. There are 3 OG players here. A smoke is deployed from Nexa as well. It's all on Masuta on the site. The flank is going to be coming through from Hadji though, so there is a time limit on this. They have to find this kill. Masuta's able to find one at the very least. All eyes on Hadji now as he comes up from the rear. That bomb being planted. He's on a quick flank here. Doesn't have a kit on his person. Has to hit some perfect headshots here, and they aren't giving it to him. There's a player tucked in close, not quite able to do it. Flames, he takes him down, and between him and Nexa, they get all 5 kills.
Yeah, well played. Good pistol round by OG. A little bit of a fake up towards A, getting the kills up towards short players aggressing from the Falcons. And then immediately when that happens, the B flank comes in to try and apply some pressure back. But Flames is ready and waiting. Good performance. Starts OG off on the right foot. Deagles litter the Falcons' pockets as they force invest into this one. But that Molotov is perfect. It's going to force Hadji forward.
Going to reward a kill though. OG, let's get interested in the B side of the map. Python scout duty as the speed split starts to come into fruition. Actually, smoke going down and finding that kill onto Maka might entice them to continue forward here. This rapidly through CD Flames. He's looking everywhere for kills. Nexa finds one, Flames finds another. And this force buy, you'd be forgiven for thinking if it was just an eco because they are falling apart. It's all Hadji. Ooh, that's a nice shot to Fiku. That's an opportunity here. Nexa is low, but he plants safe. Stray bullet would take him down. Hadji going to deploy the one way once he finds the lineup. No, that wasn't it. Now his chance is dwindling. All three OG players ready to set and swing on the contact. And not needed. Nexa, 8 HP, able to close it out.
Yeah, so OG, they survived the force scare. And for Falcons, they can buy Deagles again, but they can't invest Kevlar behind it. It's going to have to be another one of these partial investments. OG with an opportunity to farm up the cash with the SMGs. Maybe throw a little bit of a faster paced round at this. That's exactly what's going to happen. Straight into the MAC-10, but only good for one. This information gathered at the very least. Nexa trying to do his best. 1 for 1 again on the SMGs. Hang on a second. Don't think it's going to get too chaotic, especially with the HP bars being so low for the CTs. But regardless, it's SMGs that can be recovered.
Yeah, considering what was invested into this, that's maybe a little unfortunate for OG. Probably shouldn't be losing 2 players there without at least getting multi-kills. MAC-10 should easily be able to farm up the USPs, but the rush mid kind of pays off there. We get to see a couple of saved MAC-10s. I don't know if you even really want to be in that position, because now they feel obliged to use them because they have them.
Yeah.
Whereas they were in a position to buy anyway into the next, but you're not going to waste a weapon that you've been given. So now it kind of puts them in a position where they're going to have, what, like, maybe an AWP on Maka, but probably 3 rifles and 2 MAC-10s when they would have had 5 rifles. Or maybe they just dropped the MAC-10s, but we'll see.
They're probably going to hold on to things. They haven't got Kevlar behind this, so yeah, it's not going to be the best buy in the world. Maka on a MAC-10. Probably definitely not what he wants to be using. Is he going to upgrade? Yeah, they're going to upgrade. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
That's the right decision. We did get the AWP out on Maka on the CT side. Haven't seen a CT side AWP yet. He forgoes utility to get it, so let's see if it pays off. Roman's holding in towards mid while his teammates are taking contact in towards ramp. Neofrag brought down to low early from that M4 spam. Do love the A1S method. Often, rounds of Vertigo determined by that spam. Swinging out here, MBK going to catch off Dexter as he goes for that spam through the edge of the canvas. Brought down to half, but the kill is found. Falcons have the advantage.
Still grouping under A here, OG. Getting aggressive though are the Falcons. Oh, and Fiku and Flames combine. It's a complete collapse on this A ramp. OG hit the headshots and suddenly it's all onto Masuta to try and turn the tides back into the CT favour. 2 players are low on this T side, but more importantly, that bomb has now gone down. Timer. It's a constraint, but Masuta does have a kit and lots of utility as well.
Yeah, this retake's definitely possible. Although this nade could be... Oh, shoot! How does that kill him? That is insane! He had 3/4 of his HP and the nade removes him. Now it's all on Python to pull up a 1 versus 3. 2 players, as mentioned, a single bullet will take them down. That's one of them. But he's lost that smoke that was on his teammate. Not quite recoverable now. No kit either. He has to just save. What a nade from Nexo. I can't believe he finds the kill off that.
Oh. That's insane. But for Falcons, they've got the man advantage. They've penned OG all the way back in, down at A ramp, and then they reface. But they don't reface altogether. They give out individual gunfights, and it's ultimately their complete undoing. It allows OG one opening back into the round, and well, they take all 3. Absolutely unbelievable. Reinvestment will come in. It's again straight AKs on the side of OG. Oh, just unbelievable.
I'm very impressed with what we're seeing from BQ Flames, and even Nexa now. He had a very slow start to this game, but he has on 18 kills. Well, MBK is going to remove Neofrag. Flames is brought low. So once again, Falcons have a strong advantage. This one a lot more stronger. Nexa also brought down low, but Flames has found a kill. 10 HP, doesn't matter. Especially with aim like that. Even another onto Haji. Puts it into the 3v3, but Maka, he's still here. And he's got that AWP in hand. He's found 2. FQ, 1 versus 3. Knows an AWP is in play here. All the rotations have come through. He's looking for any way into this round, and there it is. Maka goes down, the AWP removed. Nice late angle here as well with that utility. Has the smoke in hand. I'm back to check if anyone's on the flank. And he can actually just rotate towards B here. He's being loud about it. But he was loud at a critical time where based on Falcons' position, they didn't hear any of this. So he's going to get a bomb plant for free.
Oh.
I don't know about that smoke, Fiku. Not going to see that one on any lineup tutorials. Random civilians smoked out, but Fiku, he's looking to smoke out 2 of these Falcons players. Positioning now for this retake, and both CTs are coming in from B stairs. Fiku, there's a timer on this. He's taking a risk playing this position. He's about to get caught out. But no, he hears them running up. He's able to get the first, but can't quite transfer the spray. Masuta does find Fiku, and Falcons, they get their 8.
Oh, that was close, but Masuta bails Falcons out.
First CT round as well.
Yeah, about time as well, but it comes at a very heavy cost. They can invest, but look at the bank balance. It's these clutches. I'm telling you, they're so close. And OG, it feels like whatever situation that they're in, they can win every single time. And that was another one. That's a 1 versus 3 that never should have been probable, but it comes right down to the wire. At least for the Falcons, they're able to bail themselves out. But the money is not in a great position. And for OG, it's not in dire straits yet, but it's still equally not as potent. Getting aggressive now over towards B stairs, potentially. ROG, that grenade is not going to do any damage. Instead, Python's lucky not to get caught out.
Back here from Falcons. 2 players on the site, and even looking for more. Python's pushed up towards white box. OG are definitely interested in B. The bomb is here on Nexa, and they've got 2 players here trying to find a way in. Neofrag's walked up A ramp as well. It's all a little bit weird. With Neofrag's advanced position, Nexa decides, you know what, B isn't the play. And it's definitely not now as Haji goes down. Now they can definitely make their way in towards B, and being loud about it, spotting the player in towards short as well. They know that Maka's going to be here, and he has no armor, but he doesn't need it to hit the AWP shots. Neofrag goes down, and he finds a second as well, looking for more. Can't quite slip onto the quick flick with the no-scope on the Flames. That is unbelievable. Nexa is there, but MBK is 2. 2 for him, but really, it's all on Maka.
Glass cannon, AWP, not 1, not 2, but 3, and closes it out in style. Even after Neofrag got that kill at A ramp. Falcons, consecutive rounds in a row, send OG down, packing with the partial investment. It's just Deagles. And that all comes off the back of those heroics from the AWP.
No armor, glass cannon. What a no-scope from Maka. Unbelievable. Oh, what a nade. Cool. See. Nades in response. No one there though. Alright, we'll see what these Deagles can do. Alright, some Haji tucked in towards Sandbag. Gonna swing out for a kill. Drop a nade as well, doing more damage. Cleaning them up here. These pistols getting nothing done, even with armor behind them. Okay, Nexa does find one onto MBK. Dexter finds Haji as well. There's a round still here. Armor on all these players. And 3 versus 3. A chance for things to get a little bit funky.
Oh, Maka continuing his dominance. It's another one of these rounds, Lucy. Falcons rotating, taking back a ramp. But this time, OG, whilst they are heading to B, have been a little bit slower about things. But the same could be said for the Falcons. They're just taking their time. 2 players going to potentially flank. And OG, just with this investment, have been able to get a bomb plant. 2 versus 3. And these afterplants can now take shape. They've got so much time to figure out where they want to sit and potentially punish the Falcons.
They have to hit some perfect shots here, though. 3 rifles, 3 kits, 2 smokes, and 1 head on Nexa. All that's left, and, well, he's going to get swung on Masuta. Too easy for him. Jumping around. Even if he goes down there, the trade would be good. They can wait for Maka to go collect that AWP that he left over towards A. Bomb defuse can come through, and Falcons will get up to double digits. Signs of life here on their CT side. As you will have the investment coming into this one. Falcons starting to look like they aren't going to give this up without a fight.
And that's good. We've seen everything this first map already. This is the first map of a best of 3. If you're just tuning in, folks. And, well, we've had it all. We've had ace clutches. We've had no scopes. We've had 1v2s, 1v3s. It's been unbelievable. And now we've even got a run boost. Oh, no, we don't. See you later.
Oh, dear. That's unfortunate.
He dabbed out.
Wow. What to say? Not a lot. Actually goes down to near frag though, so it does even up. Maka's spotted this player. And he's tempted to go for this peek and oh, that somehow misses. CSGO moment. Felt like that should have been a connection every day of the week. But not today. Near frag goes down. Putting it back now in the advantage of Falcons. MVP on this blanket. Oh, it's a ladder fight, and that never favors you if you're on a ladder. Dexter goes down. The timing is not there for him, and Python is even here to cancel this attack in towards B. The spray through the smoke to close it out.
I'm really liking their Falcons' aggression. The re-aggress back on towards A ramp. They're doing it without any utility contacting as a unit. And it is catching out OG. And it's all off the back of, well, a freebie. Flames just completely misses the mark with the run boost. And free falls all the way to the bottom of Vertigo. Another partial investment for OG. And Falcons, it's a perfect opportunity for them to level up the scoreline. Grenade, that's going to do a lot of damage. Gives potential for Fiku to be falling victim to one-shot headshot with the M4. OG have taken a lot of space though early on.
Yeah, they've still got some utility to deploy here, but that's the last smoke from the Flames. They have to go off the back of this one. It's going to block the vision from the CTs. MBK brought low, but this spam, this liner from Haji is fantastic. Gets a kill for free. Masuta trying to punish these boost ups on the railing. The bomb does go down. The post fight can commence, but there's no utility for OG. Hit points aren't looking great either. So they have to win these individual engagements against the rifles, against the AWP, and against all of the utility of Falcons. They have so much they can work with here. Still smokes to deploy. Fiku setting up a flash to allow the swing off. Peeking into this, but, well, Haji gonna clean up with a collateral headshot of the Flames and Nexa.
It's good mileage out of OG to even get a bomb plant out of that scenario. It's a change of pace up towards A ramp this time. Falcons have been pushing it a little bit cautiously in the last couple of rounds because OG have got players there. Now Maka can maybe think about going for a peek towards that crane position. AK's across the board again.
An interesting stat looking at the scoreboard for you.
Yeah.
On Falcons, the kill difference between their top frag and their lowest frag is 3 kills.
Yeah.
14-17. On OG, the kill difference between their top frag and their bottom frag is 14 kills.
Ooh.
Kill discrepancy is not particularly even here. As well, it's going to be aggression up towards ramp once again. Haji goes down to Neo frag. Flashbang from Dexter sets him up. So do you find an opening on this T side? He'll be bouncing back here with some rounds. Maka doesn't want to have any of it though. He's got this AWP and they're doing so much chip damage here to OG.
Look at the
Commitment in
rotation
towards ramp.
Oh, Maka even getting aggressive on in. That's what we're talking about though. Aggressing in, taking one fight and then backing off. Things get worse with the flank. Oh, OG have been completely pincered upon. What a perfect round by the Falcons.
Yeah, MBK, that's 2 rounds in a row now that we've seen him pushing out. Oh, sorry, 2 rounds in the last 3 that we've seen him pushing out there. In towards mid and getting those flanks in. Finding so much impact with it. That one particularly impactful because it was the second flank that came in from his teammate's flank that went down. Flanks on flanks here for Falcons. And they now take the lead. There was a point where they had no CT rounds. No OG were looking like they were going to run away with it, but now Falcons, they're taking it in their stride. OG need to come with some solutions on this T side because this A-ramp aggression is not panning out for them.
Maybe it could be over towards B. Flames is having a little look in. Instead, Nexa goes above and beyond, delivers a quick kill on towards Haji. MBK is next to be tested, gets dinked in the process, but there's still one more player here on short, and it's that man Maka, but he can only go 1 for 1. In the meantime, that's allowed Masuta to rotate over in. Rotations on rotations. Oh, but Fiku.
That's a great kill. Huge impact. Now it's all on to Python, and he's found one. These trades are so back and forth. As soon as one team finds an opener, the other is quick on the response. And that puts us into this 1 versus 1. Python not aware of where Flames is. That's the one thing to his advantage. The bomb, though, it's dropped on towards the site. Flames has to work out where Python is repositioned. Only utility is this single flash. Make that 2. Bomb collected, 30 seconds left. So wary about all these different positions. And now Python going to be coming around the corner. The bomb fake is perfect, though. Baits him in, but Python holds the line, waiting for Flames to come back through. Clutches it out in the 1 versus 2.
Another round where OG forced the same issue. And it's exactly the same results. They try and get ramp, but there's 3 players started there. Then there's enough time for the rotations just to come in. And by that point, it's just too late. It's so unfortunate for OG because it finally feels like they have cracked this issue of pushing ramp by doing it time and time again. And then they just can't get the last bit over the line. It's advantages thrown away constantly on this T side, and it's ultimately their undoing. Look at the buy again. Falcons can put themselves up to map point, and it's just going to be against Eagles.
They're in a great position to do it. Given the trajectory of these rounds so far, the Eagles don't feel like they can get it done. A lot of HEs in the pockets of OG. Must say I'm curious what the plan is here from Nexa. A lot of players once in, again in towards ramp. Here comes the nades. One in return though does a lot more damage than those 2 thrown out by the T's. Already 3 or 4 of them to trickle down to headshot range for these M4s. This just feels like it should be a Falcons round from what we're seeing so far from OG. They have to hit the perfect shots here, Brandon, to get this over.
Yeah. And here we go again. Contact ramp. Haji gets a kill, falls back. There's one trade at the very least. Nexa with another. But no rifles can be reclaimed. Same old story. Oh, and in fact, Masuta might just be doing it again. Creeping his way round. There's no utility, and he just lines them up for free. Oh, but he runs out of ammo. Will get cleaned up in the end, but that's been the same issues every round, it seems. I think I've seen the carbon copy of the same round, just with different weapons, about 6 times in a row.
Yeah, OG just assuming that Falcons are going to give them the respect in towards ramp once they've found those openers. That Falcons aren't going to go for the reaggress. But Falcons, they're happy to. They want to go for these fights. You can see why. Masuta, he's having a good game. I talked about only 4 kills being the difference, but now he is shot ahead. 22 kills for him. Up there. Only player on Falcons in the 20s. For OGs, they've got 3 players. 20 kills or more. You can see that scores there as the pause comes through. OG now have to take 3 consecutive just to get us to OT. This was the map pick of Falcons. This is a best of 3 as well. Winner will qualify for the RMRs. Loser goes down to the losers bracket, so still a chance for the losing team. This is only the first game here in this best of 3. Next up is Mirage, closing out on Overpass if need be.
I just feel like OG needs to put pressure on other areas of the map just to keep the Falcons interested, so when they do execute on towards A, the rotations aren't as quick. Might be seeing that now, but is it too little too late? Neofrag, only player here at this A bomb site. Meanwhile, the rest of his team try and make good headway and inroads to the other areas of the map. Maka sees the grenade, doesn't take too much damage from it. It's a much more slower paced round from OG.
Yeah, Maka's been having a look into mid a couple of rounds, but OG, apart from that one round, have not really put much pressure on towards mid. It's mostly been towards A. Does look like B they're interested in. Flames is getting boosted up onto the railing for a bit of a funky angle. MBK has dropped a one-way play around here for himself. Spamming through that smoke. Not going to connect to anybody. There are 2 players, but they're very deep on rat. OG not wanting to fight this one too early. And they have left B. But one good thing about that early presence towards B, it has kept 3 CTs on that side of the map.
Good, that's what we want. However, as soon as you say that, look at them go. Maka, Masuta, overhit just in the nick of time. Even more nade damage landing. Shrapnel spreading around OG. Utility being deployed. Intentions fully revealed. It has to be a perfect A execute in order to keep this one in contention for them. And that bomb, it will go down. It's a 5-on-5 retake, Lucy.
That smoke. Single smoke allowing them to get that bomb down because there's no utility for Falcons to contest. But it doesn't matter when they've got the kills coming through. Maka even hitting a blazing headshot onto Flames. He's extinguished. Now Dexter and Neofrag in a 2 versus 5. Make that a 1 versus 5. Neofrag removed. And Falcons, they're going to be taking their map pick of Vitality. The perfect retake. Don't lose a single player. And I think that really speaks volumes to how this CT side panned out.
Yeah, really well played from the Falcons. And OG, they just felt short on the T side, close at the half, but in the end, Falcons were just too much of a different beast for OG to stomach. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll bring you the second match of this best of 3, which will be OG's pick of Mirage. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a few minutes.